A pretty woman squats by the side of the road to clean the sand out of her shoes. Suddenly she noticed a boy peeking at her, but she didn't care and got up to leave. When the woman left, Nick felt a little bit lost for a moment. When he got home, he was bored and opened the window, but he didn't expect to see that strange woman again. It turned out that Anna was the new neighbor who had just moved in. Nick was so excited. It seemed that he would be able to enjoy Anna's figure every day. And Anna has a kind habit. She never draws the curtains. This made Nick feel even happier. That day, Anna's brother John approached Nick for help. He had heard that Nick was good at repairing yachts. Nick agreed to help, so he could get close to Anna, but he didn't realize how fast it would happen. He just got on the yacht. He was shocked by the scene in front of him. Anna stepped out of the water in her bathing suit. He was too shy to look at her, but he couldn't help but take a peek. But just as he was mesmerized, Anna's brother suddenly came over. He came to ask how long it would take for the boat to be repaired. Nick explained awkwardly, "It will be ready tomorrow." John was very pleased. He was willing to pay Nick $500 as a reward. And so it was. The next day, Nick successfully repaired the yacht and returned it to Anna's brother. When he got home, he started working on his little invention. Suddenly, he heard a scream from Anna. He ran in the direction of the sound to check it out. Nick suddenly heard a woman screaming. He ran in the direction of the sound to check it out, and he saw that it was Anna. And when he wondered what was going on, he realized that it was just a small spider. So he threw the spider to the ground and stomped it to death. Then Anna told him that her car had broken down. It was easy for Nick, but just as he was about to check it out, Anna was sitting right next to him. The proximity made Nick nervous, but he kept his composure and fixed the car. This was the first time the two of them had officially met. Nick was so excited. He stayed up all night in bed. The next day, Nick came home from his odd job. He found Anna sitting on his doorstep. Anna explained that she had accidentally left her keys at home, and that her brother was away on a cruise and wouldn't be back tonight. She didn't know anyone else, so she asked Nick to help her. Nick, of course, was more than willing to help, so he agreed without hesitation. Then the two of them started walking to Anna's house. Unexpectedly, the sky suddenly started to rain. They ran to the backyard of Anna's house, but the only way to get in was to break a window. Nick took off his t-shirt. He wrapped the rock in his t-shirt. Then without hesitation, he broke the glass. He managed to get into Anna's house, but he accidentally cut his abdomen. Anna felt very guilty. She found a band-aid in the drawer. Then she knelt down in front of Nick and bandaged his wound. Seeing Anna so sweet, Nick completely fell in love. But at this time he did not know. He had already walked into the trap designed by Anna. The woman knelt down to treat the man's wound. After cleaning it, she even blew on it gently. Nick was so nervous. He didn't know what to do. He tried to avoid looking at her to avoid being impulsive. Then he turned to leave, but then he stopped because he loved Anna so much, so he couldn't help but kiss her. But he didn't realize it was exactly what Anna wanted. After a night of fighting, Nick returned home with a smile on his face. Since then, the two of them have been in love, but they were afraid that Anna's brother wouldn't approve. They could only spend time together in secret. Whenever they had time, they would stick together. Anna even got Nick a cell phone, so they could be in touch with each other. But it didn't last long. One day, in order to prove that he's not the murderer, Nick had to find Anna to discuss what to do, and asked Anna to tell the truth. Otherwise, he'd face jail time. But as soon as he said that, a siren sounded. Anna suddenly started tearing her clothes off in a frenzy. Then she fell on the bed with Nick in her arms, screaming. The police came in and caught them in the act. Now they were even more certain that Nick was the murderer. Nick begged the sheriff that he was innocent, as long as he finds the cell phone Anna gave him. Then he could prove his innocence. So the kindly sheriff let him go. Then he went to Anna's place in a hurry. While Anna was in the shower, he went through Anna's bag. Then he realized that Anna had multiple identities. She was obviously a complete fraud. He found the cell phone Anna had hidden. At that moment, the policewoman arrived. Nick hurriedly handed over the cell phone to the policewoman and told her that it contained all the phone records of his conversations with Anna. As long as they could be retrieved, they could prove his innocence. With the evidence, the policewoman believed Nick. Then he called the sheriff and proved Nick's innocence. Then she said that according to the sheriff's instructions, she had to tie Nick up and wait for the sheriff to come. As a matter of routine, she had to take Anna to the police station. But on their way out the door, Nick suddenly realized that the policewoman and Anna had the same tattoo on their legs. So these two women were in cahoots. He picked up the phone and tried to call the sheriff, but he realized that the phone line had been cut by the policewoman, and the policewoman was just pretending to talk to him. Nick was devastated. He could only watch them leave with the millions in insurance money, and because of his obsession, his future will be ruined.